maybe mid, most likely carry, if they do want to still pick it, that is.
It's tough. I don't really like the Bristle into Ember either, because then it's almost Puppy just daring them to do it, right? Well, we have Maledict, and we have this hero that'll buy Spirit Vessel or maybe a Death Cell.
Exactly.
Please, pick Bristle. Bring it at us. See what you got.
And if they get that Bristle, there's also a possibility of giving Yapcot something like an Enigma, you know, that position 4. Well, it can be played on offlane, and there you go. The Bristle has been picked up. Kotal Bristle, I mean, it's a scary thing. But what people don't understand, most of the time when we speak about Kotal Bristle, it's not Chakra Magic that activates in that much. It's really strong, but it's the ulti and the way you play around that Bristle. Bristle, all he needs is that resetting tool that prolongs team fights, and Kotal provides you exactly that with Will-O-Wisp. Now, suddenly, a hero that you want to jump on and eliminate in one go, you can do that. And if you can't do that to Bristle, you can't even go on.
Yeah, and what's interesting is, for most teams, I feel like the Bristle's almost always offlane, but I think for Liquid specifically, they want it to be Mickey's hero. Koifa could play it, Box could play it, it's still open, but they're one of the few teams that really like all in on this hard carry Bristle.
Are they gonna follow up on that? If you don't ban out the lone druid, we're gonna pick the lone druid.
Yeah, I think you probably should ban it if you're secret. I think it just makes the draft too easy, right? Like,
Witch Doctor is kind of cute versus him, right? Because of the cask as well. It used to be the old school hero to pick as a support.
Like,
It does work. Like, it's
Push
all right.
lineups nowadays, they remind me of back when teams like Wings would just first 2 Drow, and you'd know it was coming. You'd pick an anti-Drow lineup, but you'd just lose the game at 15 minutes anyway because the damage output's just too high too fast. It feels similar with the way Liquid utilized this Coddle Lone Druid Bristle combo, because you just have such a crazy high like HP to damage ratio that you just can't take them down.
damn, okay.
Oof.
Damn, actually, what is this?
Yap Doctor. Ooh.
Is this the Yap Doctor?
Yap
Exactly,
Doc. It could be offlane Witch Doctor. Maybe they've got a weird
Offlane
core
Bane.
Witch Doctor.
Remember the time when Bane stole damage?
Oh,
That was I was so dumb.
That was so stupid, yeah.
Back when you could level stats. You just go to offlane, just level sap and stats, and just exist. Oh,
You're just
they were
there.
the golden days, actually.
That was such an uncomfortable time to play. It's just frustrating to go up against things that can't be beaten. To be fair, Enchantress at this last TI felt pretty similar. I'm surprised we don't see that core more often. Obviously, took some nerfs, but still really annoying to play against.
Some base changes to the hero as well, right?
Yep.
Making untouchable your ultimate. The Agonist is so bad right now as well on entry. Not really an item that everyone picked up back then too, but...
Liquid might be under the assumption, though, that this is the support duo. And if so, you'd expect them to grab some reach, and why not? Get a Tusk. Hard save as well for the Bristle for a reset.
Oh, here we go, mister. Welcome
this is
back.
A very aggressive line. This is...
Yeah, I suppose this should be the Bounty Hunter core, right?
Yes.
Now, the only question is he going to be offlane or maybe even perhaps safe?
Well, they are second pick, so they have all the time in the world to decide. I think the last time they played as well, Liquid were actually first pick in all 3 of the games in the series.
Yep.
So
I
I'd
will
like
say,
to know actually if they're choosing, like what they're choosing actually other teams. So.
I mean, Puppy will probably receive, if they lose this game, he'll get criticized for letting Liquid have Coddle Bristle, but you got to give him credit for having a really nice answer, preemptively decided even. You have Maledict now, a Vessel Buyer, and Bounty Hunter is really nice against the Bristle too, because you just kite him so easily. Everyone gets bonus move speed, he's just kind of running in circles.
So Maledict and Ember are pretty strong when it comes to reach on Kotal, on something like a Lone Druid, but does it stop Liquid from actually picking Lone Druid here? That's my question.
I don't think it does.
Is it
really.
enough?
No, because like even if Liquid Lone Druid, I guess the scary part.
There we go.
There you go. Yeah. The scary part.
My job is so easy when
so
Liquid is
easy.
playing, man. You just call every single hero. It's
But that's the benefit. It's actually easier to talk about and discuss when we get these Titans in a matchup.
when you understand exactly what they're gonna do. It's hard to talk about Dota when the players are doing hectic, crazy things.
Yeah, it's good.
Because
I guarantee Insania and Puppy put some time into this. They did their research. They both are Liquid's in their comfort zone. Secret's got something they see as an answer, and now it just comes down to who's got the better read. What are you guys leaning on so far?
I think for now, Secret has that ability to actually just move, right? They can go cut in between the lines. Like Liquid, they're good at like defending a tower for just plonking a hero in front of it, but they're not really putting any damage out and actually getting rid of them. So they're delaying the push. which means potentially.
How do you delay versus Lone Druid though? That can be very difficult to do,
Liquid
right?
delaying their the push of Secret, right? Like that aggression, right? So Bristle just parks himself in front and then Cuddle toss behind.
There is no push from Secret though. When you look at these 4 heroes, for now, they have no push coming.
What's the boxy hero? Is it anything but Slardar?
Well, is Mars in the pool? Mars isn't here.
Secret did ban out Batrider a couple of times as well versus something. They actually have Batrider and that Prophet as their most banned heroes, I believe, in Pushka League. Maybe one more is out there, but Boxy Batrider could be seen here too. Slardar is pretty sick though.
Yeah, I think actually Slardar's kind of.
I wouldn't mind even something like a Clock, man. Yeah, you struggle versus Ember.
Lizard,
look at
Witch Doctor, look at Bounty Hunter. You love playing versus these heroes.
How'd you kill the Ember at any point in the game? He just runs around wild, right? You want a man who just goes...
pick Lizard. I know we've been hanging out a bit recently, but last pick Clock, like we were Kyiv, dude,
I'm just saying it is out there, but it's really good versus the 3 supports. You can kind of itemize versus the Ember perhaps, and then again you're talking about Slardar. It just gives you 1 extra bash versus the Ember eventually, and he can chain you before that stun. I don't see how your call of Slardar is much better versus the Ember, and that's why you're reasoning.
Also, I believe Boxy did lose a tier 8 battle cup to my 5k friend yesterday playing Slardar.
Oh.
And so maybe he's just a bit offbeat from that game and he doesn't want to play the Slardar again, knowing he didn't really have a good performance last night.
To be fair, he was probably playing with his real-life friends. Now he's with his actual squad of Team Liquid.
Who are also his real-life friends, so...
But what are you guys thinking? There's Slardar, there's Slardar. There you go.
Like, what?
It's too easy. I mean, it's too damn easy. It's
just... Look, I love this, and this is really just the tale of 2 captains, where Insania, they're on a roll. His squad is now on pretty much all of their best heroes, and Puppy's like, yeah, have them. Take everything you want.
I don't know, man. I've seen this backfire towards Puppy many times
but we've seen it work. He's been playing the game for 15 years. It works sometimes, it doesn't work others, but at least he takes that shot in game 1. If you got a free one to throw away, it would be this one.
Secret needs a way to actually hit buildings at this point, because they have the draft to punish the clunkiness of these cores, right?
I mean, it's a hero that works really well versus the Slardar in the lane. So there's that. He's a very strong laner here, and it's going to be Slardar Tusk. Both of these like to hit you. You have now most likely Bane and Troll, I suppose.
Wait, you have to put Ember safe. I don't think you can put Ember mid against Troll.
That's actually true. That's actually very true.
You have to put Troll mid.
But it's still the fact that now you put your Troll mid, he's the guy that needs to be, again, in the World Cup, activated. So he's going to have that free time mid lane, especially against the Druid. You then have the kind of sweep motion. The issue is simply, I think the top lane is going to be crucial. If this Ember v Slardar matchup, if maybe you get the early kills on the Ember Witch Doctor, maybe bringing the Bounty in as well. I'll show you his Bounty off lane, the Bane, sorry. Then you can actually punish the Slardar. You got a good game on your hands, but if
you actually don't have to support the Bounty way too much. No. It's not like you're going to contribute heavily with whatever you set up there. Maybe with the Witch Doctor you have some kill potential on the Kotl. But if you do put some stronger safe lane to protect the Ember, he will be able to play make in the mid game, right? If you put 2-1-2, this Ember might be obliterated in the safe lane. It's going to be very difficult to play versus Tusk plus Slardar, man.
This just reminds me of that game when Nigma were against OG and you had mind control on Axe, right? And OG let the Axe have a good time for 6 minutes, but then they just rotated non-stop into him, took his tower and closed out the map. It kind of gives me that vibe as well, where if you just shut down the Slardar, Liquid can never really make that good plays, right? It'll be a slow play where it's not going to be that big jump. So if you just take away Slardar from the equation, I think Secret could just roll over it.
I appreciate the setup, but who are you taking? 2 words.
Team Liquid.
Team Secret.
All right. Well, I do believe that that's the end of our analysis, and now we've got a real treat for you. Team Liquid, Team Secret, first game upcoming, casted by none other than ODPixel and Fogged. Please take it away, guys.
Thank you very much, Carl. And looking forward to this one, Secret versus Liquid. And Fogged, I mean, we've heard what the panel has had to say about the draft. They're sort of split on it, Liquid and Secret. Where are you sort of leading with these heroes?
I mean, I look at Liquids and it looks like a very standard Liquid draft, right? They've got their, like, people playing their traditional heroes. We've got the Boxy Slardar, we've got Koikva on his Lone Druid, we've got Mickey on his Bristle, and Sanya Coddle. Very signature-based heroes. I would say, I mean, there's still some signature ones from Secret, but Secret's got more of a different kind of draft. Very single target, not a lot of team fight. kind of limited wave clear, I guess we could say. It's like Troll and Ember. 3 of these heroes don't kill creeps very nicely, right? Bane, Witch Doctor, and Bounty Hunter. So what I look at Secret is it's just going to be like this crazy brawl, just trying to bring it to Liquid before they can get a timing together where they can start pushing.
No, yeah, for sure. I mean, looking at these drafts from our perspective, I feel like Liquid's got a terrifying draft. You know,
Yeah.
these 5 heroes, they're going to come running at you sort of the 20-minute phase. Are Secret going to have the items to deal with it? I'm seeing sort of these heroes being controlled up. You know, this Ember, the Troll, these 2 cores, they've got solid answers for it, Liquid. So I'm very interested to see what Secret's going to be able to pull out the bag this game. And if anything, you've got to imagine this is something that Puppy's done before. He goes against these teams. He kind of lets them have their bread and butter. And then he says, all right, you know, he likes to set the difficulty to insane. And I feel like he kind of has done this game, letting Liquid get the heroes they have. So we'll see what Secret's able to do in terms of playing into what seems to be kind of a dream Liquid draft.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think like maybe the one thing I'm looking at is like the Ember could have this styly kind of game if he's able to get online, because I look and the disables are pretty limited, right? That's the one thing that Liquid is really lacking. The ones that are there are pretty telltale. It's like it's Slardar when he gets his Blink Dagger's a good one, but the rest of them should be Nisha should be able to play around them.
I mean, I don't know. I'm still. For me, you look at this Lone Druid, and
It's
this
still
hero
terrifying,
is
absolutely.
ridiculous. Yeah, you get sort of what the Mask of Madness, the Basher on the Bear, and between the Bashers and the Roots, I feel like you don't need any other stuns. You know, once this Bear's on you, you are kind of done and dusted. And the fact that they have so many ways to amp up that sort of play with obviously the Slardar ult and the Nasal Goo, like if Liquid don't get rolled over in the laning stage, their lineup's going to be just horrendous to fight against.
Yeah, absolutely agree. Definitely. Like I think it's really if Secret does bad in these lanes, this game could end very quickly. But we'll see how they end up with them, as they do have strong supports, right? The Bane and the Witch Doctor are 2 heroes that are very strong supports currently in the meta. Witch Doctor actually got a pretty cool buff, in my opinion. I think the cask mana cost is sick. You have like 5 casks or more inside the laning phase. You have a lot more freedom.
That's true. Yeah, it's incredibly low mana cost on that nowadays. And yeah, just overall sort of look at the lane setup for those of you just joining us. We've got Matu in the mid on its Troll going against Qualifier, and Nisha will be playing down here on the side lane against Mickey and Insania, this sort of signature Bristle Cottle lane that Liquid were able to get in their first 2 picks of the draft. Top lane, a bit of an aggression towards Yapsop, but the cast will stop Boxy from being able to follow up Tiger's advances onto the Witch Doctor.
This was a bit of mind games by Liquid, though, the way that they set their lanes up. I do believe that Secret had expected the Bristle back up top, because that's usually how Liquid does run it. They run the Coddle plus the Bristle in the safe lane. So I do think that caught them off guard, because looking at their item choices, there's no stick on that bottom lane, and they both do have sticks up top. So.
Oh yeah, without a doubt then. Yeah, no, you're absolutely right. It's definitely one way that Liquid's been able to outmaneuver Secret in terms of the lane setups. See how the CS will go on. I mean, this top lane, I feel like, you know, Zai, he's able to farm. You know, sure, the Slardar Tusk lane, it is strong, but having the Witch Doctor backing you up, that kind of makes it that little bit harder for Liquid to really get a go on him. I mean,
yeah, and Bounty has a crazy amount of armor. You see right there, he's at 9 armor. Like, he gets gone on, it's whatever. If Witch Doctor gets on he can die, but he has ways to play around it with the cask versus double melee.
Seeing how we're going on the mid lane at the moment. To have Qualifier having a little bit of a lead here, 9 for 2 against the 7 for 2. Very, very close though, nonetheless. I mean, both, you know, it kind of works both ways. You know, if you're applying the mischance, chances are that the hero is going to be outside of the range, and the other way around, if you're trying to make a go onto Matu, who's going to be able to make sure that you're not hitting him every hit and getting the chance of chain rooting him down.
Yeah, I feel like Matu this should be a pretty even lane. Maybe Quakefoot pulling ahead a tiny bit, but Matu has ways to play around it, always securing range creeps a little bit better with those axes. Yeah, should be fairly even down in that mid lane. Bottom, I'm curious how this one's going to end up. Because what I'm seeing Puppy do right now is pretty much take no experience, as we've seen a lot of these supports do. But he's like pretty much just level 1. Nisha's near level 4. So I guess they're going to try to make an aggressive play with that high level Ember.
I mean, and that's perfect, right? You know, this Ember is a hero that traditionally does, you know, obviously we do see a lot of side lane, safe lane Ember, but it is a hero that is so strong if you are able to make sure that he gets, you know, that boosted experience at the start of the game. Down bottom, an attempt onto Nisha, but Puppy's got the Nightmare. Will be able to hold back Mickey and Insania from chasing for that.
It's a scary lane for like the back line, right? For Insania. If he gets gone on, he's very easily to die. Same thing for Puppy if he does get found out by a couple goose stacks. The front line heroes, I think, have ways to play around. Like Nisha can always just like chain. He's gotten 2 points in chain, so he can actually disengage if he does get goose stack.
And in terms of how static these lanes are going to be, I think we're going to see them sort of stay like this, right? There's not really any supports that you can expect to see an early movement from. And
No, maybe around the 4 minutes.
Because, you know, everybody's farming.
I feel like Secret probably wants to make an aggressive move first, because the one thing you have to expect is exactly what Insania is doing. You're playing against the Coddle Bristle. This Coddle's going to back up and stack. That's probably why they even put the lane down bottom instead of top, is being able to have that access point. You see Insania every time he backs up, illuminates. They have a triple ancient stack already prepared for Bristle. So I feel like Secret might want to make some type of move, at least to identify, or something to at least make aggression. As Nisa bottom does a decent amount of damage to make it.
Yeah, I mean, with his 3 points and slight, he's certainly starting to hurt. You know, Bristle is tanky as he may be down the line early on. He's only got the 5 armor to rely on. Top lane, Zai and Tiger sort of duking it out between the two of them. Tiger will be the one to come out on top of it as they get that kill. Boxy looking for the body blocks onto Yap, so he's got the setup for another bash. These blocks should set up for the second, and it will be there. Boxy getting the double kill. I mean, as the panel said, you know, this is Boxy on his Slardar, pretty much the hero that he was playing before anyone else was starting to touch it. You know, he has been on Slardar for years upon years, and yeah, he's having a brilliant start to it. And surprisingly, it was a hero that Liquid got pretty late on in the draft.
Yeah, and also they have a Slardar versus not only just a bounty hunter, who is obviously going to be amazing with Corrosive Haze. I look at these Secret heroes and they're paper. Corrosive Haze on these heroes, like Bounty Hunter and Troll, sure, they can be a little bit tanky, but the other three, they've got like no armor to work with.
A bit of an attempt towards Boxy. They won't be able to find him. Boxy going for... That's not the standard, is it? The old phase boot Slardar? Are we seeing other people do this nowadays?
Interesting.
I mean, it gives him a lot of armor. Right? Super tanky. It's obviously giving you straight up damage that's going to be amped up massively. And I like sort of the theory here. I'm a big phase boost fan. You know, it's fun to spam. You run people down. And you know, if there's
of course you are.
You know, anyone who's got a Slardar build to get behind it is going to be Boxy. So we are going to see some speedy Slardar in action this game.
Yeah, it's cool. I think the armor, I mean, I guess in the lane, the armor is quite nice versus Zai, and just allows him, because you don't want to be spamming sprint as much as you used to be in the past. I'm not sure. Right? Kind of throwing something random out there, but...
And it could be sort of the assumption as well. They see Nisha obviously going with this max slight build. They may be expecting him to go for like some Deso build up. So it's just having that extra armor over just the HP you get from the attributes from Treads could certainly favor Boxy this game.
Yeah. Hey, he's the Slardar. You know, he is the Slardar, right? He's like the only guy who's like been playing it for a very long time, so...
Oh. And bottom lane, Nisha and Pup, they will be able to catch out Insania.
He
trying
might
to
get
move
the
it
bear.
onto the bear. Oh, he's not going to be able to find it with the nuke. As Qualifiers able to keep it on the high ground, keep it at safety.
Oh, that would have won him the lane. If he got that bear kill, lane 1 from that point on. That was close.
Yeah, both mid laners hold themselves up very nicely. 37 for 7, 34 for 8 on the mid. Tiger with the shards. Able to stop Zai and Yapso being able to chase him down. I guess the wonder is, you know, obviously Boxy with the phase boost, so I'm kind of wondering, does he still go for a blink? Or is this going to be a different sort of build?
I mean, Blink's just too good this game, right? The backlines are so squishy. They're so frail on Bane and Witch Doctor. These two heroes, if you get collapsed upon, you're just gonna feed. They already have good heroes to train, right? With Bristle and Slardar, so I mean, maybe he does opt for something different, but... I think it's too good to have that initiation tool, because he's their initiator, so...
Well, still. Top lane, I feel it. This is the one we've got to watch. Tiger's back in again.
Static lanes, completely.
Let's see if they can go in on Zai or Yapso. Tiger's looking for the opening. Yapso does now start to stray away a little bit.
Looking at this warding game right now by Insania, he's got everything kind of covered. I mean, we do see that Secret, they have one ward at least watching, but yeah, the stacks. And he's got the bases covered to watch if any movements are going to start setting up and coming over here. But Puppy has a ward watching. He did get one down.
He did. And he didn't get the Ancients again, unfortunately, that time. They weren't quite able to be pulled outside of it. But already, of course, a very juicy Ancient stack for the takings.
Had he put the Sentry down in time to block it?
Oh, you're probably right. Yes,
I think he blocked it, yeah.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, absolutely did. You're right. He did. It was the Sentry that blocked it from being pulled. Not a bad pull. I mean, my bad, Insania. Insania had it right. It was just indeed sorted out by Puppy. Also seeing down bottom, Mickey and Nisha going toe-to-toe with it all. But Mickey's got to be a little careful. Puppy's trying to come in with a brain sap onto one of the two of them, but they keep their distance.
Action on both side lanes there for a moment. Nisha's level 8. Look at the levels on the two others of the Liquid. Like level 4 and level 5 on the Bristle and the Coddle. Puppy only level 3. Him sacrificing all these levels is actually making Nisha a monster.
I mean, absolutely. The sort of resource management, the XP management down bottom from Secret has been perfect. And it's going to allow Nisha to feel very, very strong. Top lane, leading on to Yapzor. They'll burst him down. Now they can turn over towards Zai. Zai is in a whole lot of trouble with the corrosive haze on him. He's taking far too much damage as, again, Liquid able to clean up both heroes on this top lane. See if either of them pop down to the Maledict. They won't. They will be fine as they'll be able to walk themselves back to base and back to safety. Seeing over towards the mid, Map1. His farm will still continue. Checking out the net worth right now. Still pretty close. Mickey is falling behind a little bit. This bottom lane, with the way that Nisha has been able to play with that level advantage, has made it a little too tough for the Bristle to stick around. But of course, he has got these Ancients. If Liquid are able to clean these up,
you can't farm these.
Secret's going to contest any sort of attempt to clear these by Liquid.
And Nisha's so high level. Like, there's a level 9 Ember Spirit versus a level 6 Bristle.
3 levels on Mickey. Boxy is coming across to try and help out. Mickey does need it. He's already been brought down to half his HP. They'll try and run down Puppy in the river. Same time over towards mid. Map1 moving in onto Insane will be able to take him out with the whirling axes down bottom. Boxy is able to chase and finish off Puppy.
Boxy has to play this this bodyguard right now. These Ancients need to be saved for the Bristleback. He needs those levels to boost him forward. Because yeah, the two cores right now on Secret, the two main ones, both level 9, almost level 10. Qualifiers is keeping up, but yeah, their experience in general is just way too high right now. Nisha getting pressured.
Won't quite be able to find him with the crush. A little too speedy on the Ember Spirit. As we'll see up top, in terms of Zai's farm, he's got his phase. His Windlace is a speedy little bounty, something that's very important to help him run away from Boxy anytime Slardar comes hunting. Now, which he may do so once again here as Boxy is heading up top. Tiger is about to hit 6 as well, so they're going to have a fantastic amount of physical burst. That combo with the Walrus Punch. See if they can drag in. The charge will miss, but the snowball, it won't. Straight in onto Zai, punched up. Won't be enough to kill him straight away. And they stay on top of him. A TP's coming from Nisha, and they cannot finish off Zai. He's already starting to salve up. And with the backup of Nisha, Secret will be able to turn and take down Tiger.
This gives them time though, Mick, now they're able to pull some aggression toward top. Mick is able to at least finish those Ancients off out of all that. We see tons of sentries bought off by Insania too, making sure he can protect those stacks. He knows how important that right side of the map is for the Bristle. And yeah, Secret will be able to pressure this tower nicely. Nisha almost with he's getting close to his Vessel, finished up about 1,000 off from that one.
Yes,
Map1 has very good timing for himself too, top net worth. Very even so far.
Yeah, excellent start to this game from both teams. I'd say there's sort of the biggest disparity being between the position ones. Mickey obviously falling behind. Puppy does get caught here. And Boxy is going to try and get the vision out onto more. Quick use the Corrosive Haze onto Zai. Insane is also around. Does have the 6, so they have got that set up with a Will-O-Wisp if they want to try and fight this up top. But they won't put a stop to Secret taking the tier 1. They'll get the tower. More money into the bank of Nisha.
Still at the moment of them just trying to straight up brawl of Liquid, Liquid playing versus Secret. I think it's still a little scary for Liquid because Lone Druid, he's not going to contribute that crazy amount just yet. He's still building his way toward that beast mode. So I think
they might be able to do something. Yapzor does have the Death Ward. See if they've got enough damage. Koifu's going to be able to pop his ult, and with that, they're a little slow on going for more. They respect how tanky this Lone Druid is. They don't really want to throw or waste any ultimates upon him. Now the bear turns strictly onto this Witch Doctor. Takes Yapzor out in a matter of seconds, and Liquid, they've turned up full force now. Secret have got to be careful. And looks like Liquid, after that sort of bit of aggression, they will back off to their respective lanes. Koifu going back to mid. Getting some pressure on the tier 1 tower here as well.
Yep.
And he's getting closer and closer towards the Des. So just a Mithril Hammer away from the Desolator on the bear.
So I starting to at least poke him.
And all this time, though, you do have to look at Map1. Now, Map1's had sort of that whole free area around mid, between the lane and the neutral creeps. And he's top net worth. You know, this Chol is going to be very, very scary. And they do have a lineup that can kill off the bear. That is the thing. If this bear's sort of out of place, Secret can turn and beat him down.
Yeah, I mean, Matu's going to be a big one that they have to rally around because he's going to be that. I mean, he's kind of going to be their tanky frontline in a way, which is a little weird as a troll warlord. But at this rate, he will be because Zai. He's trying to build toward those items like a drum, but he's still not going to be nearly as tanky as this troll because of this straight level disparity.
Oh, I'm just looking at it insane. I'm seeing some insane level of stacking. It seems like every minute he is triple stacking. You know, getting 3 camps at a time as this Kotl, and this is just doing so much work for Mickey. Giving him so much farm and XP, allowing him to really get his game back in gear. After a bit of a slow start on that bottom lane, it's pretty much all been recovered. And do manage to get a poor old puppy. You know, the supports, as you said off the back of the draft, these are supports on Secret that if collapsed upon, they just die instantly to Liquid's lineup.
Absolutely. But yeah, this has been a long time that Liquid's actually been doing this, in particular in Sania. I think, honestly, it's not only just a Han element, but it was a big thing in Han about like the whole stacking, but this team has always been so adamant about it. Like at TI, I remember it was like the games when they'd be down and then you look and you're like, oh my god, they have like 5x stacks everywhere in the jungle. They're always making sure that they can keep themselves up, at least in the economy. Because again, if your lanes go poorly, you need to have a backup plan, and that's exactly what this always entails.
And it's kept the game as close as it is. You know, 9-4, only a 1k gold difference in it, going the way of Secret right now.
That's literally because of the stacks, like you're saying, yeah. I mean, sure, 9-4, but even 9-4, they would be at an even bigger gold disparity if they hadn't gotten those. Boxy's still pretty far from, I mean, about 1,000 gold from a Blink Dagger, so still hard for them to make these type of aggressive plays without just Taiga and him leading the way. Unless they're just straight up setting up on a tower. Yeah, I like Secret owner looking strong.
The choice of just getting that casual gloves of haste, you know, particularly because he didn't go for the dreads, he went for the phase.
Yeah.
Making sure he's still able to get that very cost-effective benefit.
Did get increased a bit. Got that, you know, 50 extra gold bomb.
Day, wasn't it? Oh, and
it was 15 and it got a gold increase. Yeah, it got increased in price because it was too overpowered lately.
Very nice little items. This river proving to be a dangerous spot for Secret. Anybody that comes into this area seems to immediately get snowballed upon.
And Boxy got the kill, which is big. But now Boxy
may lose Boxy in return. He's come out a little too far on his own up top. And with that Death Ward and Maledict, that'll do it. Boxy is cut out of the game. As YapzOr and Nisha strike from the trees.
YapzOr gets the kill. Nisha would have probably wanted that little bit of that gold bounty, but it's okay. Put YapzOr at. I mean, yeah, the medallion already finished up. That's a very good item pickup this game. As we mentioned, they're quite fragile this game on the side of Secret, so that'll help a lot versus the Corrosive Haze.
We'll see Insania up top. He may pay for pushing out these waves.
Track money.
Nice little cash bonus for Secret. Of course, these sort of pickoffs for them on the support's worth that much more than Liquid killing their own because of that bounty hunter. Mid lane, Puppy, it's going to be trapped up. He's got his ghost stone. That's pretty early considering, you know, this was a Bane that was not even taking any XP down bottom. Puppy able to put a stop to this. In fact, going to turn with the grip onto the bear, making sure that Matu's got the space to commit onto Tiger without any interruption from any sort of fear or root. So a heads-up play there from Puppy.
And now they want more.
Matu a free kill. And this cast setup, it couldn't be any better. Quakefa, he's been maledicted. He's going to be slowed down by Matu's action. They move forward. The Will-O-Wisp is down, but Quakefa, he's ticking down low. Nisha's going to be able to move around, and he's going to be able to clean up. They get the track out onto the Kotl as well. There's 3 dead on Liquid. A track out now onto Mickey, and there's no help for him. Death Ward's down from YapzOr. Secret just run down mid and kill all 4.
How was that? 3 tracks? 2? Okay, at least 3 tracks, I believe. And now they can go straight to Roche off of that.
Yeah, that was.
There's going to be no time for them to react on the side of Liquid. That was a blunder of events coming out. Them diving forward for a Bane kill, not seeing that he had a Ghost Scepter, and they turn it around and get 4.
Yeah, very painful set of events there for Liquid. I mean, they're trying to come over towards the pit. I don't know if they're going to be able to put a stop to this. Roshan's falling pretty quick. Tiger's going to throw out shards, but Puppy's already able to start playing with him, holding him back with a Nightmare, allowing Nisha and Matu to finish off Roshan, and now Nisha, he has that Aegis ready to play with as well, and Matu's farm continues to tower upon anyone else in this game, hitting 10k net worth here at 18 minutes in. He's got Yasha, Basha, and Mithril Hammer. He is absolutely huge. And Boxy, what was he doing?
He was trying to kill Zai. He thought he'd get him with one attack, and he lived. He ended up living actually because of the bonus armor, and then gets surrounded.
They're crumbling a little bit, Liquid. They're able to hold their composure so well through the laning stage. They have this sort of dream lineup, but now Secret, they're coming in with the outplay. And as I say, I keep talking about Matu because the way he farms on his troll, you slip up a few times against this man, he's going to be farming at a pace that nobody else in the game can keep up with. And you are literally seeing that in the numbers. He is that far ahead in a game that you've got to remember, for the first 10 minutes or so, it was pretty even. You know, there was no sort of big differences. But this early mid-game portion has just allowed Matu to spiral out of control.
Yeah, I mean, just look, like the 15 and 13 on those two cores. The rest of the levels on Secret are all like 10, 9, and 8. They're just farming like beasts and making sure they show up at the right time to clean up. Is now Secret forcing a reaction from Liquid. Yap store.
So they can get Yap. He is trapped in by the shards. Jumping from Nisha though. Nisha wants to fight. He's going to look to come in on box on the back side. Matu moving in. The track, the cask is just ruining them. It bounces perfectly between the two of them. Mickey is going to be the focus. Tiger and Boxy have already fallen. Now they can look to try and chase. Nisha able to hit the slight change. Matu's on top of him with the ult, pounding down onto the bristleback. 3 dead. The tracks are out for more. Insania will fall. Secret are just rolling over Liquid now. After what was a close start, everything has got drastically out of control for Liquid in the last 2 team fights.
They just kicked up the pace way too hard. Poppy with a clutch nightmare onto Yapsor there allows him to get the time just to get the cask off. Enough bounces on these. I mean, it is like this kind of triple quad melee core from Liquid. The cask is doing quite a lot, and they're able to set up and turn around. And now they've got a whole nother set of items finished up, more levels too. And Matumba Man, who already was such a beast, now finishing up. Yeah. Is that a full BK? It's a BKB on top now too.
I mean, it's the items could not come any faster for Matu. And of course, one of the reasons why he's had so much space, I mean, it really is the rest of his team, and in particular, Nisha, the way they set up his lane down bottom and how he's been able to play. I mean, he's 4-0-10. He's been involved in 14 of the 15 kills that Secret's found this game. His movements on the Ember have been incredibly hard for Liquid to keep up with. I mean, yeah, you sort of wondered at the start if they would have the ways to trap him, and it really seems like they haven't. They just cannot get on top of Nisha. His positioning, every single engagement, it's been nothing less than perfect.
Mid lane, Taiga will get brought down, and I think it's a big element to what Puppy did, right? Puppy just completely gave himself no experience, gave Nisha everything, and look what Nisha's able to do with it.
And he's just running down the Crystal right now. Mickey is already down to half HP. Spirit Burst will bring him down. Insania will knock him back. Zai's able to get the tracks out. You know, Secret's going to want to dive this. The Eye with the Wisp is down, but it does not matter. Matu moving in with a BKB. 21 minutes in, gets the double. The Death Ward is tearing through Boxy. This is going to be a 3rd team fight that has been nothing less than a disaster for Liquid. Secret just styling on them with the maneuvers, with the plays right now. And Liquid, I don't know how they can get their composure back after this. They are being shaken up big time. How on earth do they get this game back under control? It's now a 12k lead. It's 20-12 on the kills. Secret are taking objectives, and Liquid, they're just all over the place.
Yeah, and they don't have, like we mentioned, the control for Nisha's not really there. And now with like the amount of now what they've actually gained up to, like these we mentioned how like the supports are fragile, but the troll and the Ember have gotten to the point where they're pretty tanky. They can actually stand and just charge in the front line. Sure, they lose Zai, so no track kills gained for Secret, but he's the only one who dies, and he's the front line. Look, he's built now, 34 armor. He actually drops his drum and his Vlads to hide the aura to get the track onto Quagga there. A little bit of a cute play. But yeah, firm control now by Secret with this style that they like to play. Just pretty different, right? Very single target kind of oriented, but they made it work with the way that they're making it work with the way that they focused on certain heroes, you know, making these Ember and this Troll like gods.
And it feels like as well, for as good of a start Boxy and Tiger had up top, you know, Boxy's not really been able to do anything with the Blink right. In the mid, we see the attempt onto the Bear. They will be able to push them back with the Fear, but the cask is now out. Secret focusing down the Bear, and they have no problem taking it out. The Bear will fall. Quake, by the looks of it, without a resummon for 30 seconds. Insania will be able to speed that up a little bit with the Chakra Magic, but still, it's got to feel pretty disheartening when you see your Bear go down that quickly in front of you. As that is, you know, he's kind of the powerhouse they need to defend, but he's not much of a powerhouse at all right now with the way that Secret are taking them down. Mickey, Death Ward and Malady is going to be bringing him down low with that Slider Fist as well. Mickey's got to run. Boxy tries to come in to help him out. Boxy will fall. Tiger able to stop them with the shards, but the jump forward with the Remnant. Nisha tries to get the last turn to Mickey, won't find him. Mickey will manage to get back to the base.
Nisha?
Maybe this is the chance for Liquid to turn. Nisha being rooted, caught in place by the ultimate from Insania. A dive too far there, you could see it. You know, he really wanted to try for Mickey. If he was able to get that sleight of fist hit, he would have found the kill, but he didn't quite have the reach. And maybe this is what Liquid need to get a chance to strike back for more. Doesn't look like they can catch anyone else. The rest of Secret will retreat. But, I mean, you could feel it. You know, Nisha, he's feeling himself. He's now 5-1 and 14. He was having a great game. Just a little too confident there, diving in past tier 3s and past the racks for that kill.
Yeah, I think maybe it's like, oh, A just expired 20 seconds ago. Wait, what? Oops. I'm going for kills here, drawing to the back line, but unable to finish that one off. And they lose, they lose Ember, but I think either way, they can just back up and they can look to reset. Look for these constant fights. Liquid have to try to push out their lanes, desperately stay together, because they're still a little bit afraid, because Zai's going to start moving, and Matumba Man's still an absolute beast. As Boxy looks to be the target. They know he's isolated. Can they find him, though? Puppey being sneaky. Look at Puppey's positioning.
What's he looking for here? Sort of like a Slardar blinking down the tree line.
I think so. Or putting a ward in base, because he's got the 4 sentries and 2 odds. Now his Fiend's Grip's up.
And if they're able to push the tower, and if any sort of defense does come TPing in, he will be able to catch them by surprise. But I would be very, very surprised if Liquid do try and defend this tier 2. I'd imagine they are just going to let this go. This is not a great place for the map to fight around. They're just trying to take what they can from Secret's half of it, moving into their jungle, trying to get Qualifier towards his next time after the Mask of Madness Deso will be the MKB to make sure that the Whirling Axes don't sort of stop the potential of Despair. But I mean, we are seeing, even if Despair is able to hit, Secret do kill it pretty quickly. It's not that easy of a game for the Bear to just go in and stay on a hero. There's a lot of tools from Secret to deal with that sort of play.
And there's not a lot of ways for them to really just stop Puppey doing what he just did last time if he just Fiend scripts it. They have to actually commit pretty hard to stop him, right? Either the Tusk has to do something to commit, or Slardar, or a Will-O-Wisp. That's kind of their options if the Bear is the one that's grabbed, because otherwise the Bear can't, veer them off of it as Boxy.
It's another death outside of the base. His performance has definitely taken a harsh fall off after the laning stage this game. He's just not been able to make any sort of play, been able to do anything. Insania up top. It's another freebie for Nisha. Going into the Ags after the Deso, making sure he's got this excellent split of physical and magical damage output. That's mid lane.
Tiger. And bottom also.
To get the root on Matu. Indeed, as you say, down bottom they are losing their Tusk. Losing their Tusk whilst at the same time having the mid lane pushed in against them as well as the top. Nisha's able to bring that creep wave round.
Jeez. Full Solar Crest on Yapstar as well as that Ghost Scepter. And I mean, we didn't really mention too much, but these Ghost Scepters, of course, amazing versus Corrosive Phase, but looking at Liquid's lineup, there's no magic damage. Literally 0. It's to Illuminate. And then, Snowball and Shards, I guess, but that's not really your usual magic damage you're looking at.
It's not killing anyone. Yeah.
They pop Ghost Scepter, they're living. Make it top.
It's got to be. He's being looked at by Nisha. A little hard for the rest of them to make a connection to him, though. They do have the outpost, but with that Lotus Orb, at least he's got ways to remove the chains, ways to run back to the rest of his teammates, and it's looking to be a bit of a bait. They're going for the smoke up to connect.
He knows. He sees the Spirit Vessel degen on himself. He's probably like, "Hey guys, there's an Ember in the trees here sitting near me." Like,
oh, that is very true. Yeah.
Yeah, he's definitely calling for that.
Nisha's out. He goes for a quick poke and he escapes. Maybe maybe it was sort of the the four-headed play from Nisha. He knew that he was around because of the Vessel aura, so he knew that Liquid would try and smoke up and try and capitalize on it. Top. They've got the BKB commitment from Matu. He's going to focus down the lone drip first. The Shark, they've actually trapped him up here as Tiger's sort of created Quake's own coffin. As he cannot run away from this troll. Over towards Mickey Matu goes. Liquid are getting split up across the fight. They have lost Yapsor Secret, but that does not matter one bit as Nisha is able to take down Tiger with the help of Zai and his shurikens. 3 dead on Liquid. Into the trees they go. They'll find Boxy one more. And again, it's just another fight that it's entirely won by Secret. Liquid able to do very little whatsoever. They're now down 21k gold.
It feels like they have it's obviously like a pretty big built-up net worth lead, but it feels like their damage is just 0 now at this point. Matu's just literally A-clicking a hero. Then he goes and A-clicks the next hero, and then pops his ult and just A-clicks the next guy. He just has free reign now at this point. And he did take the fervor stacks too this game, which, I mean, we usually see people take, I think, the Axis damage still, but in this one, he's sticking on target so well. Why not?
No, exactly. Yeah, you've got these targets that you just want to stay on, right? You know, you stay on the bed, the lone druid, if he tanks up with the ultimate, you know, having those extra stacks are going to pay dividends in terms of being able to take down those huge cores. Or not so huge right now, really, with the way that Secret have been dealing with Liquid in these last few fights.
I feel like what we were talking about like the 0 magic damage, I just clicked on Yapstar and I'm like, all right, you know. He's got 4 plate mails queued up.
He knows.
I think he's letting us know. He's like, yeah, they got no magic damage.
And Roche will be theirs. No questions asked. Aegis and Cheese going to Secret. Almost certainly just gearing up, ready to try and go for the final blow.
Matumba is just an absolute monster. 807, 283 last hits, like 20,000 gold. Flawless game, really, from him.
Yeah, and it really is one of those games where, you know, everyone's Secret has just played to top form. You know, who just sort of call out as the one that stood above the others. It's hard to do so, right? You know, you either favor Matu because of the way he's been farming, or you favor Nisha because of the way he's been making moves, or, you know, Zai's going to come in and say, well, the only reason why everyone's so rich is because I'm, you know, getting all these tracks off, playing inside, you know, right into the faces of Liquid every fight. Well, see, up top, Matu is a little alone, but he's got the Aegis and Satanic to rely on. So he doesn't really care, and he's not alone anymore. Nisha able to jump over quickly with the Ags. The snowball buys some time for Boxy. Boxy still alive. BKB popped by Matu. Another slight will cut down Boxy. The rest of Liquid have to get back up to the high ground, but here's the chase from Nisha. Coming in, they'll turn Fiend's Grips onto Mikke. Mikke's been grabbed and outside of the range of this ult, so there'll be no cancelling of it. He's going to be held in place for a good amount of duration. Boxy has brought back. Cask out, not going to bounce. Another Nightmare to hold back the Bristle. Back in with the slight chains. Boxy's held in place, and Boxy, he brought back for this one, and he's in trouble already. He's already dead. It's a dieback on the Slardar. Moving in for more. Kind of voluntarily, but the snowball Lotus Orb, it kind of works to Secret's favor, because now Matu, he's been able to close the gap. The Shuriken, the tracks, it's out onto all of them. Liquid getting bullied back to the fountain. As this one, 30k gold lead. Liquid trying to give it one final hurrah, but there's very little that they can do. The last 20 minutes have been all downhill for them as Secret have just rolled over them.
He's on him. Can they save him, the snowball?
And he's only going to be even deeper in a bit of dangerous territory here, as they've got the cast, the ward down. It is over.
Okay, GG he means.
It is over. Into the fountain as well. Matu leaving no prisoners as he cleans up with the triple kill. Team wipe, 34k lead, 35-14. What a game one performance from Secret. And you got to say,